Good morning. Hi, I'm Glen Klinkhart, author of Finding Bethany. I'm here at Fireside Books in Palmer. It's Saturday, and it's a beautiful day, and thank you for having me.
Well, thank you. It's such an honor to have you here. The story is that you're telling is one that many people remember. There are lots of crimes in Alaska, and especially of this kind. But something about Bethany really struck our hearts and minds.
Yeah.
And you were, of course, the lead in solving that case.
Correct.
Yeah.
Kind of thinking back to Bethany's disappearance and what happened with her, for a lot of us, it was one of those situations where, here was a family from Talkeetna, a family that everybody in Talkeetna knew, and I got to know, and their daughter comes to the big city of Anchorage and is there for only 5 days and then disappears. And I think any of us with kids or with loved ones who have to go somewhere, that we're not all sure of, where we don't have control over what happens, we all kind of felt like, this could be my daughter, this could be my kid, this could be my family member. And so for a lot of us, it really struck home. And for me at the time, having a 5-year-old son going off to kindergarten, it was my first personal experience as well of having to let go and have faith that something good is going to happen.
And it was how many years of the process?
Well, Bethany's actually disappeared 10 years ago, and her case actually took an entire year to essentially solve. And then, of course, there's also trial. There's the criminal justice system, and really, for me, I wanted people to kind of know the story behind the story and the people behind the story, which was really much more to me interesting. I had a lot of people wanting to kind of think that the book was blood and guts, true crime. It's all of that, and that's not what I wanted, and that's not what I wanted to create for my book. I wanted, yes, certainly if you're a true crime buff, I think it's there. You're going to have the CSI stuff and the luminol and all the clues. But it's the people that I got to meet that I wanted people to find out about. The folks from Talkeetna, the people from the Valley, from Kenai, from Anchorage, and all of these people that work together to help figure out exactly what happened. To me, that's much more interesting. It's about connections and it's about people.
Mm-hmm. And the process of writing it was an experience.
I suppose that could be another book, because for me, I didn't consider myself a writer. I mean, I wrote every day, but as a detective, you write these things. I pulled over a 1987 Chrysler Cordoba. I exited my emergency vehicle, and I approached a white male seated in the front passenger seat. That's not very riveting writing. It's very factual, and it works in court. So I had to kind of find myself my own writing voice beyond just the facts, ma'am, sort of a thing. And that was difficult for me, and trying to figure out exactly how was I going to take all of these stories, because the book itself isn't just about Bethany, but there's other murder cases that I worked, and make them so that they're engaging, so that they're interesting, but at the same time respectful. That was very important to me, to make sure that the families involved were respected and the victims were respected, including the fact that my own sister is in the book and her murder and what happened there. There's too many people in the state that I didn't want to disappoint or upset, and that was important too. So I had to find this balance in the book, and it took me 4 years to write and then another year to edit, and now finally it's out, and I can't be happier.
Yeah. And the feedback that I keep hearing is that you've accomplished all of those things.
Oh, thank goodness. I mean, you don't know. I mean, you just don't know. I mean, I haven't had much experience in this sort of venue, but to have people that I don't even know, people that I've never met, write and say, I couldn't put it down. I was staying up late. I had one gentleman who was late for work the next day because he was up late reading the book, and have people say they get it, they appreciate it, they understand, and they can relate to it. And to even have people cry, say that there were parts in the book where they really emotionally connected with it. To me, as a writer, I don't have words. I really don't.
Well, thank you so much. Like I said, it's such an honor to have you here at Fireside Books today.
Oh.
And, good luck and congratulations.
David, thank you so much. This has been wonderful, and I appreciate all of your help, and your staff and everybody here has just been wonderful. So thank you.